know why it died. Sorry! Dang it! Okay, so I guess that's going to happen from time to time. I'm going to get a more stable system here. Okay. What was I saying? Somebody confirmed that we're live. I can see we're there. There we go. Thank you. Maybe he's leaving. He left a voicemail. I'll bet that's what it was. Voicemail picked it up and then it killed the stream. All right. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mark. Yeah. So, anyways, so I've got a guy that's got the catch for the Civic. So we're gonna work on that in here. We're back. So yeah, phone calls apparently can kill the stream, and that's what happened there. Hey, Hidden, how's it going, man? Welcome back. Okay, so basically, we've got the interiors nice and cleaned up. So this is the cool thing. I'm getting this done, and I washed it. It was actually really dirty before the show, and the paint is there's a couple spots on this where the paint is, well, it's got 200,000 miles on it, and it's 31 years old. Okay. It's a 31-year-old truck. So how many people is this truck older than? Can you get the voicemail thing off my screen? My God, why does it have to do that? Okay, so yeah, so we got that, and the next thing I was going to do, I'm going to polish on it some. We're gonna clean up some of the paint a bit on the hood, work on the hood a little bit, yeah. But it's a tidy little truck, and I like to keep it really clean. I scraped off. There's some rust on the window scrapers, so I cleaned those up a while back. Hit them with some black, and there was a bit of overspray on the window. Cleaned that up. I gave it a really good wash, and then I thought I'll wax it. That's what I'm going to do for the next bit here. Okay, so we clean the inside with the cool griot stuff, and I'll be right back. Okay. Doing these shows, starting out with this show is reminding me that I need to buy some new materials. I've got a bunch of these style of microfiber rags, but I think I need some new ones. I need a few new of these things. I've got a nice little underneath. Could you see me behind the Ford flag over there? Yeah, that's where I keep my clean stuff. Apache Native, my C1500 is 32 years old. So yours is 89. You got an 89. Dude, our rigs are almost exactly the same age. That's pretty cool. Okay, how does this actually work? What does it say? Aha. Okay, so this is Griot's Best in Show wax and a little applicator thingy, which I think I probably need to buy some new ones. But we're just gonna wax the hood. Okay. Can you see that? Okay. So to wax the hood, I don't know. This is not instructional. This is just the way I do it. I have actually done some instructional videos on how to wax and clean your car and stuff. That was a long time ago, and I'm really I'm not here to teach you how to do it, but you might learn something along the way. So this needs to be shook up and pop, and I always apply my my wax to my applicator rather than going out there, because the first thing you do when you lay that big bead of wax out there, when you squirt your load all over the hood there, well, that's the first part that starts activating. Wax on, wax off. Yes, some more than the others. But you do, when you apply wax, you want to put it in a one way. And wax on, wax off is actually, I'm not going to tell anybody what to do, but wax on, wax off is really how swirls get into your paint. So the people that I've learned from, they say go in a straight line, always go the same direction, and just like a doctor, you have an oath to your vehicle to do no harm. Right, so as you're working on it, make sure you're not, dropping it in the dirt and then just being like, I'm waxing it out, it's good. No, you drop this in the dirt, it goes in the garbage. You're done, or you wash it entirely and bring it back. Anything that's doing no harm, right? That's doing no harm. So that's what you want to try to think of. Man, I probably should have clay barred this, because look at my first application of wax. That's how dirty the paint still is. We might want to clay bar this. Let's just do the hood first, and then we might clay bar the whole thing, because I have clay barred and done the whole paint resto on this truck already once, and that was over a year ago. And that right there, when I'm putting wax on, that's still how dirty the paint is after I just washed it. So we're gonna do a quick coat here on the hood, and then I'm going to, and I'll show you how the paint on this hood, it's kind of hopeless, but every bit of work you do, provided you don't do any harm, will help. On an old rig like this, I'll show you what's going on with this paint, and to fix that, I really need somebody, with some, 400 grit sandpaper, or even more than that, and to really, really work on this. And I don't know if the little black truck really needs that. Some rigs some rigs you're trying to do a restoration on sometimes, and some rigs you're just trying to take care of. And what I do with the little black truck here, I might maybe finally buy the grill and put a new grill in it, because that'd be nice. My rear bumper's got a big twist in it. I'll show you. It came with it, but I just don't really care. It works perfectly as it is. So this is a nice enough truck that it would be nice to throw some money at it and have it be real perfect, but it doesn't really need it. And in my way of going about things, I kind of need to let some things just be, right? Waxing. This is why we need to clean the paint, okay? It's the story of the truck and its life. To a certain degree, this is not a show truck. This is a really awesome truck. And I like to have my vehicles clean, and I like them to present as much as good as I think they need to be, right? This truck is a lot of it just is what it is. It's got a wrinkled bumper. It's got the residuals of a whole bunch of dents that I pulled out, but it presents pretty decently. It runs awesome. It drives awesome. Everything works. So, I don't know, it's like I have enough other cars that I'm doing other things with, that this one just gets it done. I would never call it this, but people would say, "Oh, that's my beater." I don't have a beater. I have a sweet little mini truck that runs really awesome, that I do a lot of errands in. And if I just need to go do something that's going to put miles on, like just drop Hudson off at school or something, I will mostly drive this, because it gets great gas mileage. It's fun to drive, and it sucks up the miles. I put those miles on my Porsche, or even the Beetle. It's just not a good idea. Okay, so I'm going to remove this wax, and I'll just offer, this isn't really my advice. My way of going about it, I've been told you don't need to put a lot of force. You don't need to put a lot of force when you're removing wax. But That's what I've been told. But then the fact is that sometimes you really got to put a lot of force into it or it just don't come out. And if you can see, I mean, you guys got the camera angle there. The lights are probably making it weird, but if you could actually tell the difference, be like, whoa, man, it really looks better. You really haven't wasted your time. It definitely does look better. It definitely needed the wax work that we're doing tonight. It's going to need that. It's going to need the clay bar first, though, so we'll do that. And I think the paint's held up well since I started working on it. I definitely brought it up a lot. But this truck, might not get washed quite as often as the Porsches. Although I really do like to keep it clean. I don't, this is the little work truck. Doing these shows, this is gonna let me kind of make it nicer. Maybe we'll fix up those little things. I can afford a few $100 for a little grill and a blinker thing, and those would be fun little projects that we could do here on the show. So you could see, at some point in history. Oh yeah, you'll be looking back and be like, oh yeah, I was there for that first Johniwanna garage show. Remember when he's working on the little black truck? Boy, that thing's sweet now. And kinda, right? Look at the chick car from Hoonigan, right? Remember that thing? How that thing's changed? I don't have that kind of budget. It's not going to be that kind of thing. But, you'll be able to say I was there when he was talking about getting that bumper replaced, right? And then years from now, I'll have like a gold bumper with gold teeth on it and stuff. This paint, I mean, I'm really, just that one, doing the wax here, the hood looks a lot better. I'll show you in a second here. Try to get this wax all off, and then we'll go over it with clay bar. But the waxing, all that black crap that you saw me take off there, it ain't on the paint anymore. It looks nicer. So, all right. There, you want to come see? You want to come see? Come saw? All right. The spot. So yeah, this is some sort of, it's a spot in the paint that really needs to be worked out. I don't know if somebody has built something on it or something that's been on there. But if you look across here, see all those little lines where the paint's kind of broken its seam. I don't know what those are actually from. Little tiny bubbles or what they are. So, I'm probably not going to get at that. That really, you have to sand this down and it doesn't really need it. But, somebody keyed it a long time ago. You can see the key line there. Who knows when that happened. But, it's still, it shines up, it beads water. But it's not perfect. I mean, over here, the whole thing isn't like that. It's just the hood has those issues. And then, if you weren't here before, here kind of, this is where my flex tape is involved. Just holding the blinker on. It works fine for now. I need to clean all this gook off here, though. I hate that. I got new LED headlights because the old headlights were really, really dull. And these are much brighter and don't take a lot of battery, especially if you had a bad alternator like I did when I bought them. And the grill's broken there, so I'd like to get a new grill. So if somebody finds me a link to a new grill and somebody find me a link to a new driver's side turn signal assembly, I'd buy those. And then here's the little wrinkle in the bumper that I was talking about. Yeah, somebody backed into something. But it still works good. It still works good. So I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, hidden attribute. Yeah, have you seen Pulp Fiction? Yeah, it's lame. I mean, who knows? It could have, maybe it was a personal thing. Maybe some person broke up with their partner. you know, and there's some bitterness, you know, maybe it's just some random person walking through the Costco parking lot being an idiot. I've never done that. Maybe somebody parked, maybe this guy parked really close to somebody so they couldn't get out of their car. Right? I mean, I'm not saying I have ever, but I'm just saying some people do some messed up stuff that might instigate somebody doing something like keying their car. That shouldn't be the case, though. Because it's so low to mess with somebody's car. You think that's what that is, Apache? That bird poop stayed there too long? It does look kind of like a bird poop spot. Yeah. But look, I mean, look here on the roof. The roof's pretty good overall. A little bit of a clear coat issue kind of going on here towards the end, but this could come up some more with some more polish work, because there was a lot more of this going on when I first got the truck, and I got rid of all that. You know, but it's a good looking little truck. It's basic. There's a gunshot. No, not really. You know, it's a good looking little truck. It presents very nicely as a nice little plain truck. I've had like 3 or 4 people offer me $3,500 for this thing, and I wouldn't sell it. If I was going to sell it, I think that's what I'd want to get for it, but I don't want to sell it. This thing's too awesome. Yeah, it's not getting a new paint job. It's not getting a paint job. I'm going to get my clay bar and my speed shine. I'll be right back. Okay. So for this part, Speed Shine, it's another Griot's product. It's a good, just kind of if you just want to clean up your car at a show, a little show and shine kind of thing. And then this is a kind of a new wax pad, and I'll use that at the end. Some stuff I've had out here. This will helpfully. It's a highly efficient and comfortable solution to smooth as glass finish. So we'll use that. But have you ever clay barred a car before? Little wet sand, yeah. Apache, I think what I need to do, I definitely need to I need to build up my skills. And this truck would probably be a pretty good platform for building skills on stuff like polishing, because I can wet sand. I've done a lot of sanding in my life, not so much on car paint. So I think I have a good concept with it, but we could mess with that, and we'll see here. Keep in mind, I'm not here to teach you how to do this. In fact, look at my clay. I need to buy new clay. My clay's dirty. But let's hit the hood here. And so with clay bar, you just have your clay. It's kind of rolled up into a thing. You spray a bunch of this down, and then you just kind of clean it. Okay, so this is essentially just lubricant, and this is clay. And it just cleans the paint. You can, if you've ever used like one of those Mr. Clean rags, if you use that to clean your bathtub, it's probably nasty. But you get one of those Mr. Clean magic erasers, and when you're cleaning stuff like porcelain, you can feel this little bit of resistance. And that's actually the Mr. Clean thing, cleaning your surface, right? And that's what you can feel here with the clay bar. There's just a little bit of resistance. And I'm just going along and I'm not pushing hard. I'm just kind of washing the car lightly with my clay bar, and all that resistance is, contaminants that are in the paint. And I'm just removing those, some of them, with the clay. So I didn't do clay bar like all my life, and once I started doing this, it makes such a difference. So yeah, just give this a quick clay bar and then we'll wipe this all up. You'd be amazed, and you really should if you haven't. Anytime before you do a wax, if you haven't, not every time, but once a year, you should get out the clay and clean the paint before you wax it. And if you have 7 cars like I do, then each one probably gets waxed once a year, maybe twice, depending on usage. And so to go ahead and do the full 9, this is not hard work. It's a little tedious, but the results when you do this are really worth it. The paint is going to look so much better. I need another rag. I'll be right back. So I have, maybe next time I'll have all my stuff out, but I was making decisions, like this is the first time I've been doing this show, and I was making decisions like, what should I do? Should I have all the stuff out over here already, or can they just hang out with me while I just do the work and I go get stuff? And I was like, just like if I was here, fumbling around with the buttons. But now it's really smooth. I mean, it was smooth before. It was clean. I had just washed this. But now it's super, super smooth. Now if I was to wax it, it would really be, the paint's really clean. And it's still clean. It's still removing material. It's still removing contaminants from the paint. This is a nice, clean red rag, and now there's all kinds of black on it. So we're still getting the paint looking better. Every time you see that black crap on there, that's stuff that was on here. Despite having washed it, despite having already hit it with wax, despite having hit it with the clay bar, it's still removing dirt and contaminants from the paint. So, I don't know. This is also a really good workout. I don't get the big muscles I have. I don't lift weights. I clean stuff. It's true. And I go out to the ocean and I cut down bushes and shrubs on my land I'm clearing. And I'm in great shape. I'm in awesome shape. Ah! I'm also old enough that I need to make that point often. Okay, so that's really starting to be cleaned up there. We'll clay bar the rest of this thing before we do anything else. It looks way better. Yeah, the bird poop spot still pretty preeminent, and all these, bubbles and imperfections in the paint, they're still there. But the rest of it looks way better. It looks clean. It looks presentable. Okay. So, yeah. Well, Nissan likes this. You didn't hear me swear. Did not. There may be some slips. As a standard, though, I'll tell you this: as this show goes on, this is still an E for everyone show. For my own reasons, y'all are my audience, and I'm not going to start reverting to language that I do actually use as a person. This is, you can watch this with your children. the occasional word might slip out, but I'm sure that's what everybody else, happens in life. Just don't clip it. Right, because that's not what I'm about. Right, I'm not about the dirty mouth that I'm sure everybody has. My words turn into rainbows just like anybody else's. So let's hit this here. Oh, let's hit the door too. And what's the right range of area to do at the same time with this? I don't know. Don't get too ahead of yourself. If you do too big of a section, you probably end up not doing a very good job. So do kind of a smaller section at a time, a quarter of the car, roughly. Depending on how big your car is, this truck is not that big. So to do the quarter panel and the door doesn't seem like too big of an undertaking to me. But if you have a Cadillac or a Chevy C1500, you do it at your own pace, so you don't get so you don't get too much. Look at all that. I need new clay. That goes on my list. I need new clay, some new rags. I just joined this car club in the Seattle area called Avance, and I've got my starter pack of griots. It's part of the benefits of joining the club. It's like $70 worth of stuff. So I got that coming. And got more. Oh yeah. Little Black Nissan likes to be clean. It's this car. I love vehicles like this, and like my little Civic, where you can spend a few hours working on it, and it just looks so much better. I love seeing that kind of progress. It's fun. Long-term projects that need a lot, those are fun too. But progress is always fun. Yeah. My clay is, I'm milking it. I wouldn't use this clay on my Porsche. Sorry, Little Black Nissan, but you get the leftovers. This little truck I doubt if this little truck probably ever got clay barred before I owned it. And that's most of its life, 190,000 miles. I haven't clay barred my wheels ever, actually. And yeah, I'm cheaping out. I need to just throw this away and get some new stuff. But for the little truck, it's not like it's got dirt in it. Well, I guess actually it does, doesn't it? It's all that black stuff. Clay is not that expensive, so it's really something that you shouldn't chintz out on. If you use old stuff, the whole do no harm kind of thing comes into play. But like I said, this is not an instructional video. So don't be like, John, I did clay bar and I screwed my paint up. Not my problem, dude. I'm just hanging out working on my truck here, and you're hanging out with me. There's certain things I am an expert at, but I can't talk about those during the stream. Right? I am and always have been kind of the average car guy. I get to do some really cool stuff. Over the last 10 years, I've gotten to do some really cool stuff. And I get to talk about cars for my job. That's pretty cool. But other than what I've been able to do for a job for the last 10 years, I'm just another car guy or gal. I'm a guy. You might be a gal that loves cars or trucks or motorcycles or garages or Forza or rock band or AC/DC or beards. That's all I am. I'm just that guy. I'm just that guy like you might be, like you might aspire to be. Who knows? I don't know. So I'm doing the stuff I do, and I'm going to share some of it with you here on these shows. Kind of like Mr. Rogers. Remember? How many of you have seen Mr. Rogers? Really, that's because that's what all Mr. Rogers did, right? Mr. Rogers came home from whatever he did. What did he do? Is he just out walking? He comes home to change his shoes and his cardigan? What did Mr. Rogers do? But his show is just like this. He just comes home, he changes his shoes, changes his sweater, and then he starts doing the stuff that he does in his house. And it's like a live stream. Except different. I don't have a trolley. That's one of the differences. I don't have a trolley. But there might be a few morals. You know, we might pass on a few morals. No, Mr. Rogers died about 10 years ago. There's a great movie that came out like last year or a couple of years ago about him. He was a really great individual. I hate to use the word great because great's a really lame word. He's a really amazing individual and contributed so much to the world. Yeah, what's the name of the movie, Hidden? What's the name of the movie? I haven't seen it. I need to see that. Yeah. Get John a trolley. What? Will's cool. What's up, man? How's it going? Yeah. Whoop, whoop. Who is Mr. Rogers? Colossus. You'll have to Google it. He was the host of a children's show. Yep. He was the Bob Ross of children's shows. I remember Captain Kangaroo too. I watched Captain Kangaroo. Captain Kangaroo was on in the mornings. Mr. Rogers was on in the afternoon. Mr. Rogers was on PBS. Right, PBS, right? Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood. DeWangus, that's the Eddie Murphy. I killed my landlord. Yeah, I don't think this is not the day and age we probably go there. But that is some funny stuff. That's Eddie Murphy's Start. Yeah. A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood was the name of the movie. Thank you, Hidden. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Yep, right? Uh-huh. Yeah. So, this is coming up nicely. More clean. I'm going to need another rag. You can see dirt. But I can just looking at the paint, it's so much flatter and it's so much cleaner. Yeah. There. Yeah. So we'll get a new rag here shortly. Colossus, you're wrong. You're wrong. It's pronounced Willis. At least according to what I read. But maybe I read it completely backwards. I don't know. Hidden attribute, is that true? That seems like the kind of thing that would happen. Was it Fred Rogers, right? Fred Rogers? Yeah. So I don't. Do you clean your own car, or do you just wash it? Do you just take it to the car wash? What do you do? I mean, so how many? Colossus, do you have a car? I don't think you have a car, do you? If you live in the city, I guess sometimes you don't need it. They had an issue with it, and they changed how it was pronounced because of backlash. Okay, well then we're both right. Then we're both right. You do have a car. Okay, you've never talked about it. I'm going to hit this spot here extra because the paint is the clear coat is kind of worn there. I want to get that real clean, so I might hit that twice. Make sure whatever contaminants are in that section are out. And so we're just, You'll feel the clay bar just kind of drag along, and sometimes it really drags. But it's definitely, I can feel the paint getting smoother. As I've mentioned, I definitely need new clay. This is old clay, it's dirty, but it's not black. But a perfectionist would probably say, oh, how could you use such dirty clay? I'd say, dude, I'm cleaning my 31-year-old 200,000 3-mile Nissan. Okay? The fact that I am clay barring this truck a second time since I've owned it, that's pretty darn good, great. That's pretty good taking care of a vehicle. Most people that would own this, they might wash it. Maybe they wash it a couple times a year. Okay? So I talk about not buying all the extra parts yet. Maybe we should do that. We should make that a part of this show, is that the little truck gets fixed up too. But I don't know, some younger folks, if you're a car enthusiast and you got a hold of a truck like this, you probably do this work. You probably do the clay bar to get your paint up and make it look nice so you can take it to a show or do whatever it is you're going to do with it. But most people that have these little old trucks, it's full of paint and tools and whatever, right? Because it's just work truck. Most of these are work trucks. Few lucky ones got to be loved as little show trucks. Some of them had dancing beds. Not me. I'd put a dancing bed on this. How much does it cost to do a dancing bed? You should, if you haven't seen that, you should Google mini trucks with dancing beds, because people did some crazy stuff with these trucks. I can't even talk about it on this show. Oh! Clay bar went on the ground. I'm gonna. Okay, see how dirty that one is? Clean that one is. Yes, I know what these look like. I hit a spot where it just drug. And it ripped it out of my hands. All right. So definitely this piece of clay, much cleaner. This one's probably done. It's been on the ground now. Yeah. And I will throw it away. Oh, Ponamar, I'm going to throw it away right now. I'm never going to use this clay again. I mean, look, it's filthy black throughout, right? That's no good. I threw it away. What this clay? It's like a bar of clay. Seriously, like a bar of clay that you might make a figurine out of. Colossus, I did actually look into where the trash was. Like, there it is, just in case I need it. No, after the show tonight, I am going to order a new clay bar pack. This is the last time I will use this, because I don't want to be setting bad examples. I live by a rule of nothing goes to waste. So with this though, with stuff like this, you should just call it good. Call it good. That one went on the ground. It was done. So okay. So now we're almost done with this side. I need to get another rag. I'm going to hit this with this rag here once. And then we'll see. I think I've still got some left in that. Man. Really, this thing's got little dings and dents and chips and scratches and stuff in it, but it looks pretty good. I mean, it is a little work truck. This truck goes. I just went to the dump today in this truck. I did. I hauled tables in this truck today. So that's why I like having it, because I like my FJ, but it's kind of useless as far as like hauling stuff, right? I can haul some stuff, but can't really go to the dump in the FJ. I can't go buy a couch or a refrigerator. Or, I don't know, pool table. I don't know. I can't go buy all that crap. Need to have a little truck. I used to have do you remember what kind of truck I used to have? Hey, Sophie, how's it going? Type Hard Frock, what's up? Let's see. It's been a while now. Does anybody remember what kind of truck I used to have before this one? Anyone? Trivia. It's part of my format. Okay, it's part of my format. I need more water. Let me get another one. So. I had a trail cat for the last show I did, yeah. Sophie, not really. I vacuumed, I talked a bunch, and now I'm kind of clay barring it. And I'm just kind of explaining the format of this show. So here, let's take a look. So there's obviously the lights are just massively reflective, but I can tell you, let me just tell you, the paint is way cleaner. It was washed before this. Looks like we need some more towel work on this side. But the paint is, I can see that it's way cleaner. Here's, if you're just getting here and you haven't seen, there's the streaming desk that I stream from. A wall of license plates. A wall, an ode to Porsche. There's the little Porsche hanging from the ceiling. There's my new sim rig that I'm using on Wednesdays. Pretty awesome. Thank you, Thrustmaster. Sweet. Next Level Racing, that seat's really awesome. So give you a little tours of stuff. I have worked really hard to make this a cool space. And part of doing this show is basically just, leveraging this space. I built this space over the course of being Johniwanna the last few years, and I want to leverage it in another way, and that's doing do-it-yourself stuff here in the garage. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Sometimes just me, and sometimes friends that are doing stuff with me or for me, and sometimes friends that are doing their own work. A friend of mine has a couple of really awesome Toyota rally cars, and he needs to do the brakes on his Celica. So I said, dude, come on over here and do the brakes here. It's nice and warm. We can jam tunes, and it's on a show. Make a show out of it, and it's fun. I don't know, it's fun. Dropping our stuff like a dump truck. Yeah, well, I used to have a dump truck. Dump trucks are really fun. The little Nissan does not have a dump bed. It does not. And as cool as that is, I traded my dump truck for a Porsche. I honestly did. And I don't need the dump truck anymore. Dump trucks are fun though. If you have an interest in dump trucks, I would say you should get one. You should all own a dump truck at some point. If you want to, yeah. Okay, there's one more panel that's good on this thing. One more clean spot. And then one of the nice things about doing this kind of work, or the not good thing, you really get to know your vehicle. You get to know where its little faults are. You know. All right, this side, pretty much done. All right. So that size clay board, this rag is. Oh, there's a little bit more rag to use there. We'll go around to the other side. And we'll clean that up. Sophie, what are you doing tonight? What you up to? Let's see. Should we set? You guys want to sit on the Porsche? I'll put the tripod on the Porsche. That would be. Look how special that would be. And it's not balancing very well there. No, that's a bad idea. If the phone tips over, then it'll just be pain and suffering. Okay, let's put this up all the way here and just set you on the ground. And how's that? Okay, yeah. Selfie stick. $20 selfie stick and you got yourself a show. All right, so speed shine. I'm gonna get the clay. And I'm gonna start up here at the quarter panel. Quarter panel in the door. And so this stuff does have some cleaning power to it, but it's really just a lubricant to make the clay go over the paint. Yeah, the $1,400 phone. Yeah, I guess that is the important part, isn't it? It's doing more work. But it really is amazing though, Colossus, seriously. The production value increase by having the selfie stick versus just having it sit, on some holder or something. The selfie stick is it's the perfect holder. It gives you a good basis to hold the camera. And so the production value definitely goes way up. You have to have a phone, period. And this phone definitely it's got a pretty good camera, which is nice. But the selfie stick seriously increases production quality because it's mobile. I can set it anywhere, and you can sit there and you can watch me, right? And it's easy and it's stable for $20. $20, kind of like this truck. This truck was $1,100. It was $1,500 out. Oh no! You didn't see that. That did not happen. Be careful. Drop the clay. It's clean in here. It is clean in here. This is not a dirty floor. But some people might have thrown the clay away right after that little incident. Might have. Again, I think I'm okay. I am listening though. I'm actively listening to see if I picked up a rock or something, So I'm not dragging that over the paint, just scratching the crap out of the whole truck. So, but man, it's a good little process. I'm glad to be out here. It's a good exercise, and this is good progress on just something I need to be doing. It's kind of like getting paid to do it. It's weird. That is kind of the vibe I'm getting by streaming this, even though, of course, I'm not making any money on this stream yet. Which reminds me, if you like what I'm doing here, subscribe to my channel. If you're an Amazon Prime customer, you get one free streamer to subscribe to. I'm going to be doing these shows on Mondays, 6 to 9. So there's my one pitch. You can follow me. Yeah, give me, subscribe to me. I know Apache Native does, and some other folks do. Eventually, that will be fun to have more subscribers. But this is just an experiment, right? We just experimenting. Maybe you have to decide. Is it worth it? Do I want to watch John anymore? I don't know. Probably get enough of me, I would think. But there's a whole new world, right? There's a whole new world out here that I'm trying to remain aware of that is rife with opportunity for a guy like me. It's been doing what I'm doing, right? And I don't know if there's a lot more shows where there's like hang out with the guy in his garage. And there's no limit to what you could do on a stream. And I certainly like to talk, and I've got a bunch of cars, and I like to do work on them, and I know cool people that like to do that. So I think this will be an interesting adventure. If you have an interest in cars, or if you just kind of like whatever I do out here in the garage, you want to hang out, it's here. It's here, right? So, and along the way, I'm going to get my car or my truck clean, my next project done. And eventually I'll be sponsored by Die Hard. And we'll have Die Hard battery commercials in the middle of the show. And we'll have intermissions where I do jumps on BMX bikes. Other dumb stuff like that. No, we probably won't do that. I've got one panel left. So with a rag like this, right, you've got 8 panels, right, 4 on each side if you quarter it. I've got a little bit left on this panel to try to clean up. Then I'll get a new one. Otherwise, it just makes all you're doing is spreading dirt around. What you're trying to do here is get the dirt removed from the paint, right? By doing the clay bar process, and by using the clay bar itself and the cleaner, the speed shine. You're trying to remove contaminants from the paint so that the paint looks better. And so if you have a dirty rag and you're just wiping a bunch of dirty crap all over your project, well, what good are you doing? So I'm done with this one. And I tend to push rags probably farther than most people because I'm cheap. And part of this show is me realizing that I need to get some more rags and some more materials. Because if I just need to pull a show out because somebody cancels, or if I just feel like doing something, I've got the materials to do it right. Because I will, like I said, I'm not here to teach you anything, but you might learn something. I'm going to try to do things the right way. I'm going to try to do a good job with everything that I do out here in the garage. So, and so far, I can say, I mean, between the wash that I did earlier, which got me started on this little truck, because it needed to be washed really bad. But from where it was earlier today, had a bunch of hay in the back. Actually, earlier today, it had a bunch of junk that had to go to the dump. And then we went and got hay, so we had hay and pellets and other goat stuff in the back of the truck, along with a bunch of garbage. And so I went to the dump in the truck. So the truck put in its time today. And this is its reward. So it was all dirty. It was being well-used work truck. And now it's getting a nice polish on it. I mean, it's not actually being polished right now, it's just being cleaned in preparation for polish. But it looks so much better. This is I love one of the fun things about doing work like this is to see the fruit of your labors, right? I mean, it's no fun to polish on something and be like, it still looks like crap. But this, I can see how much better it looks. And you know, I like my stuff to look nice. As nice as it can. This little truck gets compliments all the time. You know what's funny though? You know what's funny is, so I like to think that every person that has any sort of vehicle that I have, that they're as excited about owning it as I am. So when I drive around in this little truck, I see other little Nissan King Cab trucks. I'm like, hey, how you doing? Or you know, give the wave like I'm on a motorcycle or in a Porsche. But most other people are like, dude, I'm not in your club. They don't get it. They're like, why is that guy waving at me? And I'm waving at him because they're in the mini truck club. Right? When I'm driving my Porsche, I wave at other people in Porsches. Mostly 911s. But, you know, and they wave back because you're part of the cool club. You're in the Porsche club. If you're driving an old VW, if I see somebody in an old bus, I wave to them. Because I'm like, hey, I got old VWs too. But the funny thing about this truck, people don't get it. They don't know there's a club. And I'm just trying to be cool. The FJ also, a lot of people, I wave to other people in FJs because they're kind of unique vehicles. And most people don't wave back. But like if you're riding a motorcycle, if you have to wave back. If you don't wave back when you're riding a motorcycle and somebody waves at you, you're such a jerk. Here, let's try the camera from the bed. How does that work? Do. There we go. Need some fixed camera angles here. There. Can you see me now? Hi. Get some more clay. Okay, so we got the clay. So I'm gonna do the back half of the truck. I like the lines of these were the hard bodies. If you remember back in the day, it was called the Nissan hard body. And the 4x4 versions, man, those things last forever. Hey, Cyrus, what's up, man? How's it going? I appreciated your comment there, Felony Flats. I don't want a house in the Felony Flats. In fact, that's going to be my new single. I don't want a house in Felony Flats. I don't want to live with a house full of cats. Hey, Cyrus, have you clay-barred your Corolla? Have you clay-barred your car yet? You need to do it. This is looking good. This is one of those things where it's like, look at all that. That's black. It's, you know, when you're trying to get your car to look better, or your truck, it's kind of like little percentages, right? Clay bar your car. Oh, really? Is it? Okay. Felony Flats is, or where my new house is. But it's all like, you know, you're by washing your vehicle when it's really dirty, you probably bring it up 30 points, right? And if you wax it, you bring it up another 8 or 9 points. So doing the clay bar process here in the whole like clean up your car process, this is probably like 5 points. I don't know what it's, because it's doing something, but it's really a lot of the stuff that this is removing you can't actually see. Especially, this is a black truck. So, you know, black trucks hide paint, really they don't hide paint. Black in a vehicle, a black vehicle can be so black or dirty and you don't even know. But I would say this is definitely, I'm definitely getting 5 points of improvement by doing the clay bar here. And I feel good about this, given the truck, it's kind of annual, real nice, paint work. Every time that I work on one of my cars, if I'm just like cleaning it like this isn't really working on my cars, detailing and washing, cleaning, whatever. I like to try to do a little bit better job every time, or in hopes that, each time that you're getting in there and cleaning that much more, you're just bringing it up in a whole notch. Definitely with the Porsches, every time I get in there, I find I look closer, right? You're up close next to your vehicle, looking at it while you're doing this, if you're doing it right. And, and you can see those things. You can be like, oh, there's a bunch of tar on that one spot, or there's a dent there, and you're in touch with, with your car, or you're like, oh, it's perfect, whatever. But the point by doing that each time, hopefully you're focused, kinda, on what you're doing, and each time that you really go out and detail your car, it looks a little better. Right? It looks a little better than it did when you were done the last time. My clay is definitely, I'm being real meticulous about my clay and putting it over in its little tray every time. It's really getting done. All we've got to do left is, all we have to do is the roof and the tailgate. But this is definitely worth it. I'm glad that we did this step. What time is it? What time is it getting on to be? How long has it been? Has it been an hour and a half? How long have I been on? That was an hour ago that dude called. This might go by fast. 3 hours of working on your car goes by pretty fast. And so there you go. There's a show. Yeah. Isn't that nice? Yeah, this is another reason to watch my stuff. I do have some sweet cars. And then you could just you could be like, John, can you get out of the way? put the camera up higher and let me get out of the way. Yeah. That's a nice car. That is a really nice car. And I'm no super professional, right? With anything. But with I'm not a super professional car detailer, but I'm an average person who cares. And if you care enough, you can do a good job. And I've brought that car up a lot. And I've had some help. I don't know if you remember Tim Dean, a friend of mine from Turn 10. He's super into detailing. And he's taught me a lot about color correction and proper techniques. He taught me about clay bar. I learned about the clay bar process from Tim Dean. I hadn't done it before that, and so I've done it several times on that car, and that paint comes up better and better each time. And so it does on this little truck, right? 2. The little Nissan, not quite as exciting as the 78 Porsche 911 SC in red with black interior and the really sweet Kinesi wheels. But the truck does its thing, and I'll tell you what, man, this, if you haven't driven a little mini truck with a manual in it, these things are fun as crap. It's not super fast. It slips the tires, accelerating or braking or turning. You go around a corner too fast when it's totally dry on perfect pavement, and these tires squeal. The slight, but it's a fun little squeal. It's just gentle. You go around the corner, they're just like, of course they could make them squeal more. But this thing is fun to drive. Waven has said that he would like to have this truck for his first vehicle. And when he turns 16, he turns 13 on the 6th. We're in a few days. If I still have this truck when he's 16 and he still wants it, I will give it to him for $1,500. And that'll be a heck of a deal, because by then What, in 3 more years, this thing's going to be worth about 10 grand. Yeah, it really is coming up nice. It really is coming up nice. In fact, I probably just let it be my truck and just let him use it. Is it an American thing to like trucks? I don't know. I don't think so. I think it is portrayed as an American thing to like trucks. Aussies like trucks more than Americans do. Aussies got the coolest trucks in the world, man. Everything on the road in Australia is a 4-door pickup with some sort of custom thing where the bed is. You know, whether you're a dog catcher or construction person or painter, whatever kind of tradie you are, the Australians have got a different truck body for every kind of thing that they're into. So I'd say the Aussies are more, I mean, obviously in the United States, bro trucks and rolling coal and all that dumb stuff, that's a thing too. I like trucks. I'm an American. I've had big trucks. Big trucks are cool. But is it a distinctly American thing? I don't know. I don't think so. If you do work for a living, what's the saying? If you take a shower at the end of the day rather than at the start of the day, you probably like trucks. Because they're your livelihood. Because they do good work. You know, this little truck is so enabling. Here, let's. I don't want to take the 911 out of the shot. There, how about that? Now the 911's still in the shot. Will is cool. You feel attacked on that? Why? Are you joking, or I don't mean to offend anybody? Because you're an American and you like trucks? I mean, I've got my FJ is a big off-road truck. I mean, I'm part of that crew. I'm a part of all kinds of different. I like to go off-roading. I like to do road tracking. I like to go on road trips. I like to just do work. Cool. Yeah. Well, Will, I'm not attacking you. I'm recognizing, because a lot of people do, right? I personally don't shower at all. But yeah, it's just another way of saying white collar or blue collar, I think, right? If you take a shower at the beginning of the day because you have to go in meetings. I mean, my dad literally wore blue collar shirts, those blue work shirts with his name on it in a pocket, his whole life. And I've done any number of trade jobs too, so I have much respect. That's just a way of saying it, and I mean no disrespect by it. And what I mean, if you work for a living, you probably have a different appreciation of trucks than the average person who just commutes around, because trucks let you do work. So yeah, we'll do the tailgate here, and then we'll do the roof, and then we'll keep going. That's why I don't work at Nintendo anymore. I don't know. I don't work at Nintendo anymore because I quit. Because I had been there for too long, and I needed to do something else. Nintendo's an awesome company, but it was, in the call center where I worked as a gameplay counselor and consumer service, there's a lot of competition. There's like 500 people in that call center, all trying to get any number of progressive jobs out of that department into something else more corporate at Nintendo. And I tried a couple different times, and I think the third time that I applied for product tester or training coordinator or whatever the other things were that I applied for there and didn't get it, I was discouraged, and I wanted to go try something else. And at the time, I was buying and selling used Levi's with a friend of mine, and that was really fun. Just buying jeans off the street and reselling them to people in Japan and Russia and Israel and whatever else. That was really fun. It was totally like out on the edge. That was super fun. So I shifted gears and went from, working as a gameplay counselor, sitting in a call center to driving around an old beat up truck, picking up Levi's jeans from whoever would sell them to me. Mandatory to shower. Yeah, because you remember when I told that story about some people that worked in the call center there that had to be told to take showers. Yeah, takes all kinds. It takes all kinds. But Colossus, to answer your question, I don't think there's anything distinctly American about trucks. Trucks are everywhere. Everywhere that people are doing work, there's a truck behind that person doing the work. Maybe a van. But trucks do everything. You do remember everything. You're right. Yeah. I'm like, wait, did I talk to you about that? Yeah. All right, yeah. So the tailgate here come up nice too. I'd like to, I'm pretty fast at taking off this panel and squeezing the inner piece there to open the tailgate up. Look at that. Looks pretty nice. And I'll come back over here. You can come over here and then I'll do the roof. Try to keep the Porsche in the shot. Vans, yeah, vans are really awesome. When I've done tradie work, I have had vans. My friend Andy had an awesome big Dodge Power Ram van with a super extended rear end. And it was my job to mostly go get stuff a lot of times. And I drove the crap out of that thing. Big old 440 in it. That was fun. Those are the days, Andy Green. Building houses with Andy Green. All right. So this will be the last of the clay barring on the roof here. On the ceiling. And it's a good thing because there's not a lot of white left in that clay bar, and that looks like it's not a turd. It's not a turd, that's a clay bar. Oh, Apache Native, that thing's going to be running into the next millennium. You can't kill a slant six. You can't. I know a really big guy who's an arborist and he drove a little Kia Forte. Yeah. Some people, and you could haul all kinds of stuff in that little Kia Forte too. Yeah, I've seen all kinds of people doing things. Volkswagen Beetles. Yeah, so it's certainly not, yeah. Truck's a tool. You could get a lot of work done without tools. You could borrow tools. But trucks are great. Little Kia Fortes are great too. Because they're efficient and they run real good and they let you get work done. Okay. Try to do a real good job. The roof, I don't know if when you're doing a wax job on your car, the roof is something that is often neglected, right? Because it's hard and it's a large bit of surface. And you can't really see it. So it's easy to neglect your roof. But the roof also takes the most sun and rain. So you want to protect it so that your paint don't fail and your car don't start going away on you. All right. Reaching all the way out there. I can feel all the resistance that the clay is removing. It really is. Oh wow, yeah. This is black. It's black. This is my ballet move of the evening. All right. So this, I would say this clay is now done. I'm going to throw it away. I'm going to throw it away after I wipe down the roof. You guys really motivate me. You know what? It's motivating to be doing this on stream. Because it's fun. I don't know. I think I really enjoy streaming. And so doing work like this is making the time fly by. You know, usually I'm probably out here listening to music real loud. There's nothing wrong with that. But like I said earlier, I don't know. You guys out there that are watching, it's motivating for me to have you here with me while I do this. So that's fun. And I think the rule number one with anything I'm going to do with my time, my energy, my resources, it's got to be fun. And if we can get this little truck looking super nice, if we can make my whole fleet make more progress and make a show out of it, that seems like a win. Seems like a win to me. We all get to spend more time together. And that's fun. And maybe we make it along the Mr. Rogers things is going to be part of this then. And maybe we make a few friends along the way. Right? I can feel good about this. I'm not inside eating chocolate. I'm not inside eating chocolate and staring at TV. It's good for me to do this. This top part really didn't want to come off. There's a lot of residue on it still. Come on. Might let this dry a little bit and come back at it. Okay, so let's let that dry a little bit. Take a look. Take a look-see. All right. Come on back over here. Meow. How's that? All right. Interpret, really? Now, and I got to capitalize on that, don't I? Right? Colossus, if you'll watch me interpretive dance for 3 hours, don't I got to do it? I mean, you kind of got a bit of that while I was doing the roof there, right? Kind of a little bit of interpretive dance motion. Which, if you don't know the joke, I took interpretive dance, modern dance, in college. Yeah, well, type art, that's a whole other thing then, isn't it? That's a whole nother topic to discuss there, is that a lot of people buy really nice trucks and they never haul stuff in them and they never take them off road and they never get them dirty. Right? Yeah, that's totally a whole nother segment, whether it's a big giant trucks or it's just your average truck. Yeah. You know, some people drive Ferraris and don't track. Yeah, it takes all kinds. But I think, you know, a good truck is a tool. Just like, you know, if you show up at the work site in a truck, you I don't know, you can be useful. You can go get stuff. You can go, hey, we need another 10 bags of cement. Go get it, Shomer. Okay. If it gets me out a pound of nails for 30 minutes and I got to go to the store, sure, I'll do that. Oh, hey, Sophie, so back before I worked at Turn 10, I had a little business called Eastside Earthworks. I had a 1999 Ford F-350 4x4 7.3 Power Stroke dump truck with a rat pack. And I had that truck really nicely fixed up. I had a huge worn winch bumper on the front. I had it chipped so you could change between 3 different tunes on it. It had a 4-inch exhaust that dumped out in the middle. It was a really nice truck. And I really enjoyed having that truck. And I also had a little dump trailer, and I had a little Kubota tractor that I used to do work. I dig stuff up, and sometimes I got hired to dig up stumps. And I did dig up a really big stump on this person's property once, and I flipped the tractor over once on its side trying to get the stump out because I just didn't have my arms set right. It was the only time I ever did that. I got the stump out. I got the tractor flipped back over with the winch from the truck, and got the rest of the stump dug out and drug out and moved it very carefully with chains all the way down to the bottom part of their lot, where I then tried to get it in my dump truck. And the dump truck had fold down sides on it, and I didn't realize just quite how big that stump was. But I got it down there and I had it kind of lined up right, and I got the stump into the back of the truck, and it was almost the entire bed of that F-350 4x4 truck. And I got it in there, and I nudged it in there and, put the side back up, and it was fine. I didn't have any trouble. But it was big. Yeah. And if you try to, sometimes you just don't know how big something looks and is and how you're maneuvering it. Freaked me out when I flipped that tractor over, though. Okay, so this clay is done. This clay's done, going in the garbage. All right, so I'm going to get up here and I'm just going to clean that roof one more time. Probably gonna need to get up here one more time. It's weird, this particular part of the truck has just really got a lot of residue on it. And so my rag just is not taking up all the material. And these clear coat spots that were bad, they're better. They're not entirely gone, but I think with a little bit more wax and polish, those spots on the clear coat that are kind of failed will come up a bit more. Anybody, what time is it? What time is it? Will, are you talking about the rat pack I had on that truck? That was a sweet truck. Can you see that? You did. I did. Yep. I've really cared well for the paint here tonight. Do we know what time it is? 4:12 a.m. Oh my, really? It's 8 p.m. Pacific. Okay, so we got 45 more minutes. 45 more minutes. So I'll do some waxing and waning. I'm sorry about the time difference for some of you, or I guess you're welcome if this time works for you. This is the time that works for me to do this show, where I know I can do it every week, and where I know I can likely get guests to come do work in my garage. 6 to 9 on Mondays. It's time you can have your work day. You can get here by 6. And 9 o'clock p.m. Pacific time is not too late, for somebody to be able to go home and deal with their family or their friends or or do something else, or go say, oh, I had so much fun at the Johniwanna garage working on my enter car name. So you're normally up this late, and that's great. Cool. Then I'll be here doing stuff. Now, we didn't use this piece of clay here, but I'm gonna throw this piece of clay away too. I'm done with this clay. I'm not gonna milk, because otherwise I'll milk it. I will use this. I'm gonna throw it away. Okay. Now, so this is really, where's the camera? So this thing, I bought this because this seemed interesting. This is what we just did. Works faster than a clay bar. Rinses clean when dropped. More comfortable and versatile, lasts up to 8 times longer. So you can use this with car wash or with detailer. And since we just used the clay, I'm not going to use this. I'll save this for another job. But this also works with the Speed Shine product if you just want to clean your paint. But we're not going to do that. We're going to wax. I'm going to wax. I'm going to wax it and milk it. Waxing and milking. Okay. How's that angle there? Oh, nice job, Sophie. Okay, I will have to get you back on that. That's a fun song. That's a fun song. Paint an orange stripe up down the roof. No. This thing, it's just nice. It's nice as a little black truck. Okay, I'm gonna hit this up here one more time. Get this. Yep, there's still all kinds of black coming up. Hey, Northwest Bunny! Come look how nice the truck looks.
I don't want to be on camera.
Well, the camera's right there. Ladies and gentlemen, Northwest Bunny is here. She does actually exist. She's real. She's not the fake love of my life. She's the real thing.
Ooh, it's all shiny.
Yeah. I started waxing the hood a little bit. Yeah. For those of you who weren't here, I started waxing the hood a little bit after I just washed it, right? And I was like, yeah, there's still a lot of grime in that paint. So I went over and I clay barred the whole thing. And it was totally worth it. Threw away the clay bar. We need to buy new stuff. So now, Tucker. Have you guys seen Tucker? Oh, there's Tucker. Hi. Say hi. Say hi. Yeah. Yep. Dog moment.
I'm in my PJs.
Mm-hmm.
Or half PJs.
So,
it looks shiny.
Yeah, it looks pretty nice. So, do you hear that? Can you hear Northwest Bunny talking over there? She's saying it's shiny. It looks nice.
My car's next.
Maybe. How many of you think that I should do this to Northwest Bunny's car? I have done this to your car.
Well, it's been like 2 years.
I know it's been a while.
I only have one. So.
Did she run away from the camera? Yes, she did. She didn't want to be on camera. She didn't want to steal my stardom, because if she got on camera, I wouldn't have a chance. You'd be like.
I'm wearing PJs and rain boots, and I just got back from work.
Do you hear that? I mean, doesn't that sound like something you'd want to watch?
No.
Everybody's into their own stuff. PJs and rain boots. It's a great combination, if you ask me. Works for her, for sure. Dwanga says, we figured out that she likes shiny things. Well, yeah. Yeah, for sure. And a rainbow heart for you. Um, yeah, cut of the huge profits. Yeah. Which reminds me, if you're watching and you're maybe an Amazon Prime member, you can select one streamer for free on Twitch. You can make it me if you like hanging out here with me in the garage. I'm going to be working on all my different cars here, just doing stuff like this. Do some sleep streams. Yeah, you think? Do people do that? I bet they do. I bet somebody's done that. Whoa. Did you hear that? Bomb just went off somewhere. So yeah, some sleep streams. I would, because if you could just sleep and like get mass subscribers and make $50,000 a year just to film your sleeping. I mean, not any of the hanky panky or any other things that might happen in a bedroom. I'm talking about sleep. I mean, right? Would you do it? Would you do it, Northwest Money? If somebody said, if we could make $50,000 a year, would you stream? Would you allow the streaming of our sleep?
No.
No, she says not.
Well,
for $100,000 a year, would you allow the streaming of our sleep?
Of you on the couch.
So if somebody came to you and said, Northwest Bunny, I would like to pay you $100,000 a year, and when you go to sleep, when you press that white noise thing next to your bed and you go to sleep, it turns on the Twitch that has a shot of you sleeping.
That gives me anxiety just thinking about it.
Okay, she wouldn't do it. For $100,000 a year, you wouldn't do that?
Tempting, yes.
Whew.
You know how much I don't like to be on the camera, so especially when
you wouldn't even
really
know. You'd be asleep.
I want to see memes of me sleeping.
But what do you... Well, I guess that's the thing. You don't know what you do when you're sleeping, right? So maybe in the middle of the night, you're all... and you get these dumb looks on your face, and you're sleepwalking, then doing some really messed up stuff, right? Maybe you, turn on the HSN channel, and you're all sleep talking to it. Unlikely, but, I guess there are some risks. $100,000 a year, you wouldn't let somebody watch you sleep? How about 3 nights a week? 3 nights a week for $100,000 a year.
I would have a hard time sleeping.
Why? It's just this thing sitting here. You don't have to talk to it.
Same, have you ever had a sleep study? Where
Would you do it?
All night?
Would you do it for $100,000 a year? Would you let somebody stream your sleeping? I totally would. I totally would. But there are limits, though. I don't know. Would you stream your? What if it was like, I'll pay you $100,000 a year to stream your bathroom time?
No, I knew you were gonna say that. Don't even go there.
I don't know, man. I guess I wouldn't because the people the people that would be watching that.
There is a platform for that, John.
I'm sure there.
Twitch.
Yeah, there is. There is. You're right. Yeah, there already is, and it's not. That's not my market. That's not my stuff. I don't. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, everybody's got their limit, but the sleeping part, I'd do it. I'd do it. At least I'd try it, and if you didn't like it, you could quit it. But wasn't there that movie? That movie with Jim Carrey? What was that called? Where it was like his whole life, right? And he didn't even know that he had a weird life, and that his whole life was live on TV. What was that? What was that movie? The Truman Show. Thank you, Hidden. See, this is great for me. We can be talking about something. I can come up here and be like, and you're like, boom, yeah. That and he wasn't even getting paid, was he? It was just a fake life, an entirely fake life. So I'm just kind of doing a good job here, laying the wax down on the hood. And then we'll take this wax off. This is the wax on part, and then the wax off. No, you did not just hear me say that. But it does look so much better. Even the cracked up paint on the front there looks so much better. With that. Type Hardfark, yeah. I paid $1,361 for my iPhone 13 Pro thing, so they can track my every motion. Yeah, we all did, didn't we? Ed TV, was that another one? That was with Matthew McConaughey? Was Matthew McConaughey in Ed TV? Or am I totally out? Yeah! For the win! Trivia. Trivia is also one of my things. If you like watching this, if you're a first-time watcher here on the Johniwanna channel, we do trivia all the time. Little things just come up. Usually it's music. I'll think of something music-wise, and then I'll be like, hey, who was that? Who did that? Smoke on the water, fire in the sky. A little bit of rock band there for you. Now, everybody knows that's Deep Purple, okay? It's Deep Purple, okay? It's not Matthew McConaughey. But see, that's what's funny. Look, I mean, not only do I get to have a fun audience to do stuff with, but look at how nice the truck got today. And I probably would have otherwise been watching Star Trek Next Generation right now.
That's what I'm going to go do. I'm just not going to watch that.
You're going to go watch Star Trek Next Generation?
No, I'm going to go watch my...
Wentworth. You guys watch Wentworth? Come give me a kiss on camera.
No.
Come on, first show. Needs to happen.
No.
Needs to happen. Come. Needs to happen. You look super cute.
I do not.
Seriously. Come on.
No.
Okay, I'll stand right here. This is right. You'll be right outside the shot. Okay? She's coming over to kiss me. Come on. Listen.
See me in the reflection. Turkey. Come on, Ted.
I'm a very lucky man.
Where's those cats?
Mickey's been hanging around. Haven't seen the other one. This paint is looking so much better. Yeah. Like I said, you know, I like this little truck, so. The stream's now 18 plus because there was a quick peck kiss. Westworld, no. Comes on in 30 minutes. Cyrus, on what? On like channel 11? The Next Generation. Oh, by audio alone? Really? Let's see. I've only seen it. This is my first time watching it on Netflix. I don't know if I can even come up with. I don't think I could even come up with a line. Da 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 da. That one we got it. Paramount has all the Star Trek. Oh, really? I'm on season 4. Star Trek Next Generation. I watched all that back when I worked at Nintendo back in the day. I usually worked I worked 11 to 10. 11 in the morning till 10 at night, 4 10s was the shift I had the longest. And before that, I worked 1 to 10, 5 days a week. So I never had to get up early. Yeah, I was thinking. Because I never liked to get up early. And at 10 o'clock, then I'd get home, and Star Trek Next Generation came on at 11 at that time, or 10:30 it might have been. And so as soon as I got home, Star Trek Next Generation was on. And that was when it was like, when it was a new rerun. I never watched it. I never watched that first run. I never watched TNG first run. I always watch things rerun. I never watch things the first time through. I never do. I've never seen The Sopranos. I didn't watch Seinfeld until it was the last year of Seinfeld. And that's funny. All right. Hood's coming up nice here. And yes, this is the rag that I used on the last bit of clay bar. Just kind of get an extra mile out of that. Probably need to switch. MASH. Oh, I used to watch that with my mother when I grew up. Is MASH on now? My parents were both Marines, so they both love MASH. Not that MASH is about Marines, but okay. Okay, this rag's done. Done and doner. This over here, that's where my dirty rags go. Mr. Mannering, what's that? Just about all this material off. Okay, take a look. Take a look at my hood. You can still see all those imperfections, right? All those little scratches, those little bubblings in the paint. But it's nice and shiny and black now. I'm gonna have a quick pit stop and I'll be right back in. All right, and I'm back. You know what what I miss from late night regular network television from that era when I was like 10, 11 years old? Rat Patrol. I love my World War II stuff. Always have. And, it would be like Twilight Zone was on. And then after Twilight Zone, it was usually Rat Patrol. And Combat. Yeah, Dwangus Combat. I remember that too. Rat Patrol was cool. They drove around the desert in a Jeep in World War II. Hey, Will, right on, man. Thank you. That's great. How was your shower? Vic Morrow, yeah. Yeah, there was I was in either Wisconsin, usually in Seattle, there was a station that was always playing the Twilight Zone at night. That was awesome. Warm, not hot, and the Outer Limits. Yeah, sometimes the Outer Limits would be on after Twilight Zone. Yep, half hour of that and half hour of that. Anybody what's a time check for us? I'll get some wax here on the quarter panel. Am I gonna finish? I don't know if I'm gonna get all this finished. I'll make good progress on it though. 8:32. Thank you, Cyrus. 28 minutes. Teletext. I like watching teletext. What's that? I've never heard of teletext. I don't know if it's a punchline or if it's a serious show that you watched. Get that part too, right there, and right there. It's like the news, but just text scrolling across the screen. Like hey, that's cool. I remember the stuff you're talking about. You know what my favorite channel to watch for a long part of my life was? My very favorite channel of all time? The Guide. The Guide was the best. I'd be like hunting through the Guide, be like, oh, in 3 hours, man. That's going to be on. That's going to be cool. And then finding something a little bit better. Little polish on the quarter panel. I'm going to switch to the other side of this. It looks so much better. This is just great. It's a good workout. My truck's getting all shined up. Newspaper on a TV screen is teletext? Is that serious? Have you seen that, Apache? Huh. The door does? Yeah, we'll get there. That's next. I need to. With wax, I like to go a little bit slower. But the truck's really coming up, man. It was so dirty, and it's fine to have a dirty truck. I don't mind it, but I like it when it's shiny though. I only have like 24 minutes of oh no. Well, this is not going to go long. If I don't get it done, then I just do it later. Let's see here. Let's do the door. I bet I can get this side done, and then tomorrow after Tuesday drive, then I'll get the other side done. And because I still have to put the schedule out for the week. What? Oh man, it's like a different truck. It's so cleaned up. And there's a pride of ownership that I like my vehicles to express my pride of ownership. And I don't know, it's a lot of work. And that's why I'm doing this show, because it's a lot of work to keep 7 cars nice, and a couple of which are projects. It's a lot of work to make delete. It's a lot of work to make progress on projects, and doing a show regularly where I've set aside 3 hours a week to work on projects and keep my cars up. It's going to be a good thing for my vehicles, and if it can help develop the audience here and get something going here on the Johniwanna channel, I think that'll be fun. And get a lift in here. I'll get some friends in here with some cool cars. You get to meet some cool people. see some cool processes, maybe learn something, maybe just enjoy having something on in the background, that's car related. That's cool by itself, right? House proud and car proud. I got both, Sophie. I got both of them bad. I love my house to present what it presents for me, and my cars too. Just keep going through the guide, trying to watch shows that I can't because I want to watch shows that won't air for a few hours. See, Will's cool. That's exactly what I said, dude. That's exactly what I said. Yeah. I used to watch the guide show for hours, and it'd be like, oh, that's going to be great when that's on. What can I do until then? Watch the guide some more. Oh, maybe I'll watch Starsky and Hutch. Maybe. No, it looks like there's actually, right? I mean, you can watch the guide, and you can just weigh what's going to be better. And you can put it on, and it'll be up in that little window in the corner, and you can still watch the guide. Rock band tomorrow? I don't know. Colossus, we'll see. I might have to finish waxing my truck. But, the inspiration might... I don't know, do you want one? Do you want one? You ask, and I usually will say yes. I could maybe do one tomorrow afternoon. We'll have to see. Maybe. What I'd like to do, once I get my other streaming machine, then I can do Rock Band out here in the garage, and that would be fun. I actually have a stage backdrop that I can actually have in place, and it'll be actually much more Rock Bandy. I almost bought a portable stage for Rock Band shows. Seriously, I almost bought a portable stage. It wasn't worth $400. It had been used a lot. Little portable stage, get me up off the ground, and I was going to build some little like track lights and stuff, so it looked like a little mini stage. I don't know. I think this is a better idea, though. I mean, I'm still doing Rock Band because I love playing Rock Band. But I think this is my real deal, though. Sophie, yeah, I don't want to make that mistake. Or building a boat in your basement. Isn't that the other thing? This is for me, this is really what I should be doing is taking care of my cars and trucks and hanging out with, the community. And then you can see, I mean, look, the truck looks better. Does it not look better? Can you see in the camera picking this up? Does it look better? Can you see it? I'm gonna make sure. I don't know what my battery level is. So I'm just gonna plug this in. Can you actually see that the truck looks better? I think you can. It's shiny now. Under the mirror. Thanks for the tip. Sometimes you got to get right up on it. I need some new rags. Is what I need. I need new microfiber towels. I don't use rags. Microfiber towels. You're right. Right under the mirror. There's some moisture under there. There's some moisture that's getting into the... It's so much better. It's so much better. Tiny marker into the crease. Did I get it? I guess if I wouldn't have been talking the whole beginning part, I probably could have gotten more done. Micro's the only fiber I use. Yeah, I mean, Will, have you kind of evolved in your car care? I mean, it used to just be like whatever rags you had, right? Old torn up towels or whatever. And I mean, this is my evolution. When I say me, I mean you, or you, I mean me. And now it's like I have actual my special towels specifically made for doing this, and I use them, and then I wash them, and then once they get too used up, then I just throw them out and then get new ones. All right, let's do the next section here. Okay. Only you've always had only microfiber. Okay. Yeah, I've evolved a lot. I'll tell you what, when I was like 13, I had waxed cars before, and I know how to do it. And I was waxing my stepmother's dad's Buick LeSabre. And I'd washed it, and they were like, this was like, John, you can make some money doing this for the afternoon. And I waxed the LeSabre, and I don't know what happened. I remember using like some polyester rags. That's the only thing I could ever think of. I remember every bit of this detail so exactly. And when I was done waxing it, the whole car was just scratched everywhere, just horribly. And nobody yelled at me, but it was like I could feel it. I could feel it. I have no idea what happened to this day. But it haunts me. It does haunt me. What happened in that situation? I was being so careful and trying to do such a good job. I mean, I felt honored that they were letting me wax Jim's car. But no, whatever I did, I don't know what I did. Must have been something on my rag and I wasn't paying attention. But I don't remember. But, oh boy, did I feel bad. Right there's that clear coat weak spot right here. I'll try to buff that a little bit. And we'll get a little bit more of this roof right here. There. Go over it once more. Not a lot of pressure, but a couple extra strokes. Help them work that material into the paint. So that it comes up. Nice. This truck looks so good. It's never looked this good. I mean, I brought this truck up a lot when I first got it, but it really looks nice now. I don't know what it was. Yeah, CP65, that's what that was, do you remember? I don't know if you remember, women's active wear. Women's active wear from the 80s, late 70s, it was like a polyester kind of sweats material, and that was. I had a couple of those rags that I was given to do the job. Hey, Dwayne, subscribe with Prime, yeah! Thank you, new subscriber. And I think that's what it was. That's what I think it was. That's the only thing it could have been, because I was not being sloppy. I was 13, but I knew how to wax a car, and I took a lot of pride in the work that I was doing, but that car, they had a couple of I forget what kind of dogs they had. Big ones, and they used to jump all over the car. They're mean big farm dogs, and there might have been scratches on it, but it was horrible. It was just horrible. It was a nightmare. It was a nightmare seeing that and seeing my dad saying, "What's happened? What happened?" Have I ever painted a car? Well, I've done some bomb can work. I have never actually. I have had cars painted. I know how to But I have not. I've paid professionals to do the paint work I've had done. Mistakes happen. Yes, they do, Sophie, and I'm very thankful to my father, my stepmother, and my step-grandfather at the time for not totally chewing me out. Duangus got the Johniwanna emoticon. Nice! I'm going to get another fresh towel here. Yeah, so Monday nights, join me here for doing projects. We're gonna do more tool stuff. I've got a radical set of tools from my stepdad, the TV repairman, and we're gonna do real work too. But there's gonna be polishing going on, and simple things, and then it'll be like, I don't know. I want to do the grill. I want to find a tailgate for the truck now. I think that makes sense that to do this show, that my vehicles, they all get nicer as part of it, right? Sometimes it's going to be other people doing their work. Sometimes it'll be people working on my car that I might even be paying to work on it. And a lot of times it's going to be, just me doing stuff out here. Like sorting out my Volkswagen parts so I can eBay them, and building a PC, and it's the stuff that I do in a garage is what this show is going to be about. Sometimes with friends. Sometimes I've got a friend who owns a couple of Ferraris, and he is a do-it-yourselfer, and so he is invited over here, and he says he wants to come over and do things like an oil change in a 488 because he likes to know how to do that. He doesn't, and so one entire 3-hour show might be removing what do you call the rock guards from the bottom of a Ferrari, and then the next one will be changing the oil, and then the next one will be putting all those rock guards back on, because the whole bottom of a Ferrari is all panels, right? You can't get at anything. And it's a tricky process to remove them all. Most Ferrari owners don't do their own service. My friend Stuart does, and he's gonna come here and do some stuff. So cool stuff. Another friend of mine just bought a new Mitsubishi Evo, JDM that he brought over, and it needs its first full service. It needs oil change and fluids, and that first kind of go through of everything. So we're gonna do that. So that's and sometimes we're gonna polish on the old black truck. God darn, it looks so much better. I like this little truck so much. I'm so happy to make it happy. So I think little black trucks like to be shined up. Every vehicle likes to be shined up. And it really does look nice. It looks so nice. I'm looking forward to when it rains so I can watch the paint watch the rain beat up on it. Ooh. Yeah, you're right. I will. That's kind of the oil is kind of an issue with this floor, because if oil gets on this floor, it goes right through all the red and black panels, and I have to take up the entire floor and then clean the floor underneath it. So we're gonna make sure we don't spill any oil. It's gonna happen though. Here, let's move us a little back over here, and we'll get that last quarter panel, and then we'll probably just about be done for today's inaugural pilot episode of the Johniwanna Garage Project Do It Yourself. Yeah. Is this fun? Tell me, was this worth it? Would you come back for more? I mean, I'm not gonna wax my truck every single time. But there'll be a wide variety of stuff. It's hanging out in the garage, man. That's what it is. This is what I do. When I'm not streaming, I'm probably messing with one of my rigs. Or perhaps procrastinating doing some good work like this. And if I can do a show with you here and build an audience, well, that makes it even more worthwhile. I gotta have somebody to tell my dumb jokes to and get inspired and stuff. Okay, let's. I'm gonna do the tailgate too. Quick job on the tailgate. My pad is still loaded with wax. All right. This is a good workout. Wax on, wax off. You know, Mr. Miyagi didn't have, what's his name? Who's Karate Kid? Ralph Macchio. Ralph Macchio! Mr. Miyagi didn't have Ralph Macchio doing the wax on, wax off just because he wanted his cars waxed. Or did he? That's always been kind of the proverbial question about Karate Kid. Did it really make him strong? Or did Mr. Miyagi just want his cars waxed for all the free karate lessons? He would have been entitled, right? He would have been entitled to some free car waxing for all that karate lessons. I mean, three hours not bad. I mean, if I would have just waxed it, we would have had the whole thing waxed. But this is the second time going over the entire vehicle, right? The first time, if you weren't here earlier, I went over the entire truck with clay bar, speed shine, and then I washed it before the show. So we would have easily had the waxing done. That's what I was thinking of doing, but I didn't realize just how dirty the paint was. So we had to clay bar the whole thing. So we clay barred the whole truck, and now we've got the hood and half of it waxed. So I've got another hour or so tomorrow that I'll do the other side, because I got to get dinner. I haven't had dinner yet. I'm still eating turkey. I got turkey. I got Thanksgiving for the third time coming up. Even the tailgate's pretty rough, but paint's coming up nice. Yeah. Looks good. For a truck with 203,000 miles on it, this thing's looking pretty cherry. All right, you want to come around with me and take a look? Is it about time? Cyrus, is it about time? Is it almost 9? All right, so take a look. I think it looks pretty good. I think the hood's rough. You see all those speckles on the roof? I mean, that's 203,000 miles of, paint chips, and somebody keyed it here, but it looks pretty good. All right, thank you, Cyrus. But it looks pretty good, It certainly looks better than it did We also vacuumed it, give it a good vacuum, and clean the interior. This thing's got 203,000 miles on it. It looks new. It doesn't look new, but I love my little black truck. Everything works. Probably need to replace the radio soon. Missed a bit by the gear stick. Yeah. There's actually, Cyrus, that's a little tiny tear in the carpet. Or it's where to get the shifter in there. That's just part of it. There's a few little dents everywhere. I pulled out probably 20 dents, but there's more to pull out. But man, it looks so good. I mean, look at my floor reflecting off of it there. And I mean that's a shine there. That's a shine, baby. And I can tell the difference. This side, it looks nice and clean, but it does not have the shimmer and shine that the other side does. So, there it is, folks. Thanks for hanging out with me. This is a pilot episode. I didn't know how much longer I was going to wait to kick this off. I kind of teased it a bit. I've been really excited about it. But I figured I better, if you don't do the things you want to do, you got to do them. Got to do them. Get it done. Get it done. Get out there. Get started. And thanks for hanging out with me tonight, all of you, whether you're lurking in the background or whether you're commenting the entire time. If you like what you see here, I'm going to be doing this on Monday nights from 6 to 9. I also occasionally play Rock Band. And of course, I do my Johniwanna stuff on the Forza channel if you watch me there. But thanks for hanging out. That's the end of our inaugural edition of the Johniwanna Garage Project DIY. Thanks for watching. How do I end this now?